Hi! So you have now installed Aras Innovator and you have set up your server and you have installed the demo database and now you look at your freshly installed instance and you say to yourself, oh my god, where do I start? So in this video I will try to give you some tips to start your PLM journey, and yeah, because I assume most of you will first time when they test out the new PLM software feel completely lost, because there is one thing that have really all PLM and ERP software or data management software in common. It's not so easy. And this is really nothing that is specific for Aras Innovator, not at all. Because most of the time, when you start your PLM journey, you often already have a PLM. And it's, of course, Microsoft Excel. You have a bill of material in Excel. And of course, it works well, because one thing that is really a big advantage in Excel, everybody somehow knows to use it. It's hard to find anyone that had not worked with Excel yet. So everybody knows, okay, I can type in stuff and have rows and columns and I can sort my data. And even more experienced users already can do some advanced programming in Excel. So Excel is really something that is very friendly for the end user, because somehow anyone knows a little bit about it and claims for himself to be an expert. So things are really pretty easy to explain to people when you come with Excel. And now you have a more professional software for this task, and you have to keep in mind what you have already seen in the installation process. PLM software is not as easy to deal with than any other kind of software, because you have to set up a server. You have to do so much preparation to get your PLM software running at all. And it's the same for using this software. And it's really like it is the same for ERP or for other PLM vendors. It's not get rid of the thoughts that you're handling an easy piece of software like a computer game or Excel that you just throw at your people and everybody knows instantly how to use it, because that's not the case. So always keep this in mind. It's okay and completely fine that things are a little bit hard at the beginning, because you need to learn to use the software first. And let's be honest, it's the same with Excel. When I learned Excel first time, it was at middle school. So we have this one computer class. Well, it was called computer class, and we started to use Microsoft Word and Excel and to write simple letters and to do some table. And curiously, we later even learned to use to do basic programming, as a programming in the language BASIC. It was pretty cool from this time on, yeah. But it's okay, my school time is already a couple of years ago, so let's focus on PLM. So you have now installed the software. Most important thing you have to spend a few thoughts is, what do you actually plan to achieve with your product lifecycle management software? What do you want to do? When you come from Excel bill of materials, of course, the logical answer is, okay, I want to handle or to manage my bill of materials inside my Aras Innovator. So classical PLM task is bill of material management. This means part management, which you can see here, and inside the part handling your bill of materials, which is this one. So as you can already see, okay, I want to learn how to add new parts, how to add bill of materials. Maybe also, of course, I want to add my manufacturer parts, and also this kind of additional information that is relevant for parts. So manufacturer parts, I also want maybe to add my CAD files. Do I want to add a CAD connector already? Then things suddenly get complicated. So let's start simple, bill of material handling. So I want to get my Excel list into my PLM software. Okay, this is one task. Then maybe document management. So you really have to spend a few thoughts. What do I want to achieve? What's the first thing? Maybe bill of material handling. Okay, document management. Okay, CAD management. Then things get a little bit more complicated. Then you might need a connector. So we will not cover this one here because now things get a little tougher. But as mentioned before, we are not talking about Excel. We are talking about a professional PLM software, which offers you much more possibilities, and then things get a little bit more complex. Then we already can see here at the sidebar, change management. Do I want to know, do you use more change management processes? Or maybe you already have change management processes in your company that you want to rebuild in this software. There's also some tasks that is possible, because Aras Innovator, when you look at what the marketing tells you, they also tell you our platform is highly customizable and you can customize everything. So next question, do you want to be able to customize this kind of stuff by yourself? What does customizing mean? Well, basically, you see here, this is a basic demo database with some demo data. And of course, you might now say, okay, we have a part number, name. I actually want to have a couple of more properties, and this form I want to also show some, I want to use a minor revision, maybe not just a major revision, but also a minor revision. And we have some custom fields that we want to add here. How do I customize the whole thing? When you are interested in this one, it's an additional thing that you have to keep in mind. Okay, I want to learn how to customize it. Or do you already know exactly how your PLM has to look like? Then of course it's easier, and you can just go to some partners and say, build me exactly this one, we have this life cycle, this change management processes, do it exactly this way. But when you already have this concrete plan, what you need, and you say, that's what we need, we are fine with it the next 10 years, the most easiest thing to get along with the software is to simply search a partner who exactly builds it for you on your needs. But when you now have a different, when this is not your concept, and you say, yes, we basically know what we need, but we, it's more an agile process. We are not, things might change, and our company is growing, and we haven't done much change management in the past, but it's getting more and more important in the future, and we actually want to know how to do things by ourselves. We actually know how to add a custom property here and to create a custom lifecycle. And in addition to part management, you may want to solve a very, very different kind of task. Like we also want to store handle YouTube videos inside my PLM video, and I want to build something custom to handle and to manage my YouTube videos. How do I do it? And how do I learn to do it? So first thing at all what I mentioned, spend some thoughts about what you want to do. Do you want to customize? Do you just want to really just bill of materials and nothing else? And dependent on your demands, you have to learn to use the software. It offers you a lot of things to customize, a lot of things you add. You see in the administration section, a lot of stuff is available, but you might not need anything that is available. Same for application. Right now I don't have a lot of additional application like manufacturing process planning or tech doc installed, because do I really need it in my case? My case, I mainly want to handle YouTube videos, so I don't need manufacturing process planning. So my demand is I want to handle YouTube videos. I want to have something for YouTube videos, but also basic part management. So how do I learn to use this software? Because that's the main reason why you're all here. Of course, you can watch my YouTube channel and wait around 3 years until I have enough videos that shows you how to use this software. But what I actually would really recommend, and not just to subscribers, but also to free users, attend the Aras trainings. Right now they're probably all online or real life classes, but you can see in their training class list there's a lot of trainings you can attend, and you see there are various kinds of training. So the developer course and a configuring solution course and an essentials course. And what does it mean? So the essentials course shows you how to use the basic components. Like they cover how to create parts, and bill of materials, and how do I, it's most like basic navigation. How do I use the basic stuff that is already here? So how to use existing stuff. So how do I use the existing part management? How do I use the existing documents, and how to use the existing change management processes? Existing is an important word here. It doesn't mean how to customize this, but how to use the existing stuff that is here. This is a great start to begin with, and to learn about basic change management. So I think in the course it covers a standard problem report, and how to do I think an easy engineering change notification is covered, and also the easy engineering change request. So in this course, in the essentials course, they cover the change management process that is shown by the CM2 change management model. So this is one approach to do change management, is to follow the CM2 change management model. But to be honest, the CM2 way to do change management might not apply, or might not be the best fit to all of the customers out there. So it's a role model concept or theoretical concept for doing change management. But in reality, you might say, okay, the CM2 concept, it's mainly is created to fit big companies that have complete departments for doing change management. But we are only a small company with five people who do YouTube videos. I don't need a change management process or a change management theoretical concept that might not apply to a 5-people company with just do YouTube videos. So you say, okay, I actually know already that I need a custom change management process, and that the CM2 model will not fit my demands. But I would definitely, despite that, I still recommend the essential course, because it at least shows you how the basic concept works, so how the basic part management and change management and document management works. And it's just 3 days, and you see a lot. I also think it covers maybe the Office connector. I'm not sure. Keep in mind, of course, for subscribers, the whole thing is free. But when you are a free user, keep in mind you will spend a lot of time to get along with the software, because you don't have much resources to ask, and also time is money. So it's often cheaper to spend time for this training, and really in these 3 days you get packed full of knowledge. So it's worth the money when it fits your need, when you say, okay, it's high likely that I will part in document management and use some ECOs, then you will be very happy with this course. Even some project management, okay. Working with secure visual collaboration, this is of course like Office connector and visual collaboration are mainly subscriber features, so this is a little bit something not optimal for free users, because here they now show you features that you might not be able to use when you're free users, like this secure social visual collaboration. But yeah, I think, to be honest, this kind of stuff like basic part and document management handling is also something you can find out by yourself, where you do a little bit of research in forum articles or videos. But of course you save time when you visit a training course. So Essentials is the first one to visit. As I said before, it shows you how to use existing stuff. Of course, you now say, oh, I want to customize something. And the first course you should attend when wanting to customize something is this Aras Configuration Solution course. And when you actually attend a live course, you get one of these little books, and with the promising thickness of this. Yep, you will really go through the course, and mine is so old that the main page already yellowed a little bit, like I would be a chain smoker, so the plastic was not the best one. Okay, it was always in the sun. Of course, before you ask, no, I will not share this guide, because it's subscription material and it would be illegal for me to share you things from this guide, because really this guide is just available when you attend the training or when you are a subscriber, so please don't ask. But I would recommend you to visit this course when you're interested in how to configure Innovator. Configuring in this case doesn't mean to program an Innovator or to write code. It covers all kind of stuff that you can configure within the UI without having to type code. So this course shows you how to, it also covers a little bit basic part management. So when you're already thinking about, I want to attend the configuring course, then I would recommend you the configuring course more than the essentials course, because a little bit of the essentials course is already covered in the configuring course. So the essentials really covers more PLM insights, PLM fundamentals. But when you already know a little bit of PLM fundamentals, you can directly start with the configuring solution course, because you will get along with it without having this basic training before. So 5 days where you learn how to add custom fields, how to customize this table. I want to have custom fields here, or how to add additional relationship tabs here. Then, for example, how to create custom life cycles. So you really build a complete custom item type. Like I would say, I want to have a custom item type just for YouTube videos. So you learn how to set up the complete item types, the complete table with a form, with users, with permission management. Here you can see you learn how to draw a life cycle. And of course, as we are always in PLM world and change management is an important thing, you also learn how to create a custom change management process. Like in my case, I want to have a change management process for changing YouTube videos. So I have a reviewer that looks at my video and says, yep, it does not contain anything that you can be sued for or something like this. So you also learn how to create a custom change management process, which is really, I definitely, when you want to do something custom like this, I definitely recommend you the course, because there are a lot of tiny little details you have to pay attention to make your change management process really work. And I right now notice that in my demo database I don't have an ISO, but I think I have a problem report. Yes, so you learn in this course how to build something custom like this one. Oh my goodness, a lot of stuff. And how to create a custom lifecycle and workflow and how to use it. What else does it cover? That change management. Maybe I have some more details. Oh, I think so. Complete right management, identities, how to create new users. I think even emailing, security permissions. It's really, especially for some details like this one, because it's so easy to do some wrong settings that are not have negative effect to security. So it's really helpful when you really learn it. 5 days, you learn everything you need, and then you can ensure, okay, what I built is really has a good fundamental. Because when you do everything by yourself, it can happen that you do mistakes. A customized user interface. I think they will also show you how to customize this one. So you can, of course, add custom button. Really keep in mind, you can really customize everything here. So logo and these buttons, or here, above here. Every corner is customizable. But of course, you need to know how. And this course teaches you how to do it. What do I want to show you? Customize toolbar menus. Yeah. So visit this course. Previous. Yeah, they're really honest here. So they make when you don't know nothing about PLM, visit the essentials course first. And when you're already a little bit familiar with Innovator, this means that you can basic navigation and create a new part, which is not so hard. Then you're fine with this code. So, and now when you want to get a step further and say, yep, I know how to add custom item types and custom CM processes, but I really want to give it even more intelligence and do more crazy stuff and create my own buttons that do something. For example, okay, I have my YouTube video and now I want to that's a crazy sample. I have my YouTube item type and where I can add my video, and then I want to automatically upload my YouTube item type video to YouTube or something like that, like building a connector or doing some programming. Then you can, in addition to the configuring solution course, you can also visit the developers course, where you get again this happy little thin book. And in the developers course, you learn how to program server events, client events, how to add custom buttons that do something, how to connect to other system, like using the REST API, doing federation. It's so much. It's so even if I remember the course, it already still blows my mind, because it's really 4 days where you get blown with examples and stuff and how to use it, or how to use the IOM so you can build complete custom applications. So everything about coding, you're happy with this course. But when you're a beginner, keep in mind you don't have to visit every course from the start. So in my case, I first visited the configuring solution course, and it was around 3 years later until I was able to visit a developers course, because at the same time where I learned Innovators, there was no developers course in Europe. So actually, I started all of this coding stuff by myself, by forum samples, without visiting the developers course. So it's possible to do this kind. Of course, it's always possible that you self-train yourself, this kind of knowledge that is covered by the trainings, but it's a lot harder. So I was really, when I first visited the developers course, I was really very often surprised that there was some examples covered that I've already programmed by myself, and I found a solution by myself. And then suddenly the trainer showed me a way to achieve the same result, but much easier. So I already was able to do some basic developing and was very proud that I was able to figure it out by myself. But then I learned, it's easier solutions are possible. So when I would have been able to visit this developer course earlier, I would have saved a lot of time. So don't be confused by the costs. You really get a lot of knowledge within 5 days. So even for free users, these kind of courses are really helpful and a great way to start your innovator journey. So in the beginning, you're completely fine. When you really just want to do basic PLM, I want to just have bill of materials and standard PLM features, you're completely fine with the Essentials course and the Configuring Solution course. One day there will be the time that you will also join the Developers course, but you don't have to do it in the beginning. So lesson 1 is write down what you actually need. Lesson 2, go to the trainings. Then lesson 2 was go to the trainings. Lesson 3, read blog articles and other stuff that is publicly available. For example, within the Aras blog, you can find a lot of stuff that is also covered in these guides. Like, for example, create an item type. This is a standard topic that is also covered in the configuring solution training. Like, I want to build my custom YouTube item type. This article shows exactly how to use it. I think how to do it. In another article, they also show how to create a custom lifecycle, how to create a custom whatever. So all of these blog articles often covers stuff from these trainings. One thing that makes it a little bit harder than the training is that you have to look through all of these blog articles and have to understand its context and bring it together. But really, they give you a lot of knowledge public here. So just have, look through these articles and understand them and try to figure out how they stick together. But of course, it's always what blogs are. So blogs are always, you get a lot of content, but as soon as companies have a few hundred blog articles. You have to go through all of them to find the things that are interested for you. And this brings us to the next important point. It's learn the language, learn the Innovator language. Because inside Innovator, everything has, for example, you see a lot of abbreviation like this PR, ECO, PR, or AML and CAT and whatever. So a lot of abbreviations or a lot of typical terms like this, how to create a custom item type. So it's important for you in the beginning learn the language. So what does item type mean? Well, item type is the table object. So the top object of everything is an item type. Part is an item type. Document is an item type. This PR thing is an item type. Everything that you can see here is an item type. What is BOM? BOM is bill of materials. What are these DCO, ECN, ECO? These are change management processes. Learn the language. Learn how Aras calls things in Innovator. For example, a life cycle. What is a life cycle? What is a form? What is a property? Learn the language, because when you understand the language, you can Google your problems. Like, how do I create? For example, when you want to create a custom entry here in this table of contents, then you don't Google for how do I create a custom entry. No, you Google for how do I create a custom item type? How do I create a life cycle? How do I create a workflow? Learn the language so you can use the language to search for your problems. A good resource for finding solution for your tasks is the Aras forum. But you can only find solutions in the forum when you use the language. Use the language. When you write your problem in words that nobody understands, you will of course not get a solution from people. So really take a look at this one, get along with the typical terms used in PLM world, and it will become much easier for you to get help or to find the answers that you need. So what I have to attend. So to wrap up this one, how to get along in Innovator world. So first, learn about yourself, what you actually want to achieve with your PLM. Then attend the trainings, read the blog articles and the forum, and step 4, learn the language. Maybe step 5 is get a partner. But here you have to pay attention. So you have to see your own demands. When you already, as I mentioned before, when you already know what you want to achieve and what you need to have customized in your PLM, then it's easy to go to a partner because you already can tell him exactly what you need. But most of the time, better try to get a feeling for the software, because when you work with a partner, you can ensure when you have some basic knowledge, you will not get fooled, because of course people love to sell you customizations like adding a custom form element or a custom form field here. They love to sell you this customization because it's easy to do. But when you figure out, hey, adding a custom element in this form is such an easy task, why should I spend hundreds of dollars for an external partner just for adding me a custom field? So these kind of customizations I would recommend you to learn by yourself. Better search partners when your tasks become complex. Like I want to have an external connector for CAD. These are the typical tasks where you search for partners who is experienced, for example, for a CAD connector. Because this is something I wouldn't recommend to do by yourself. But also this basic configuring stuff, get a feeling how to do it by yourself, or at least know exactly what you want to need before to outsource this to an external partners. What I have experienced with external partners, they often or even don't tell you that there are training possibilities where you can learn this kind of basic stuff. For example, how to add a custom field to your form, because of course they love to have this, to make these customizations for you, because they're easy to do, they're fast to do, and yeah, it's easy money for them. So choose wisely and really get a little bit of feeling for the software first. And then you can really see, okay, I want to outsource the hard stuff, or really where I want to need additional knowledge. And yeah, I think this was it for my video today. I hope you learned something new. I will make a few additional videos to show some basic navigation and how to build my YouTube item type, so you get a better feeling for the software. But as mentioned before, visit the trainings, read the public stuff, and yeah, have fun at your innovator journey. Bye.